Thokozani. I am Poabalimu and this is my channel, and thank you so much for viewing my video. Please subscribe if you still haven't, and I welcome you. Well, itopic engizokhuluma ngayo namhlanje ukuthi to just dissect the issue of idlozi Namathonga, so one understands ukuthi uma uhlushwa idlozi, what space you are under. So now idlozi is nothing unfamiliar to us, or rather to you, or to me. Let me just put it out there, because it is umuntu owayephila la emhlabeni, in some cases owayephila nathi, and then bayashiya due to the cycle of life, and then baye kwelamathonga. Then kwamathonga, it's where khona all your family members abandlula obaziyo mhlambe nabanye ungabazi, you know, others that came even before your time, laba uthi uma uya emsamu uyophahla ushise impepho ubize bona. Those are what we call amathonga, or rather, if I may loosely use the word amadlozi ma uyophahla, ne, but I'll just stick to amathonga because to me there's a difference between itonga and idlozi. So itonga, they leave this earth just like us, baphila impilo yabo mhlambe with their own lifestyles and octane, but then once they get to the other side, they are now spiritual beings with spiritual responsibilities that they need to pass on and undertake, and that is where they sit and decide ukuthi is it now time, it's now time ukuthi sindlulise lesipho or lezipho lezi. Then that one itonga becomes your idlozi, because itonga is always in the background, but idlozi is always in the forefront of everything. Yilo elikungenayo, but itonga uqhumana nabo uma ubabiza usemsam. So now what happens is that idlozi lakho will then decide ukuthi is it time ukuthi lingaqala ke ukuthi manje to manifest itself, because it's in spirit form and it has so much knowledge and so much wisdom to share, but it can't do that in its spiritual form because you are not yet trained to understand mhlambe ukuthi kuyini lokho. So then is when liqala likhlupa, but it's not an overnight decision, because you were chosen before, you know, you even knew you were chosen, you know. So it's just a carrying out of a process that now Umpo is old enough, she can take on this journey, she can take on this gift, and then it manifests itself, and then then you eventually have to undergo a process yobuthwasa, whereby you are trained to understand ukuthi ubani lo kuhluphayo kulama thonga, or rather ubani idlozi lakho, and then you understand that. So I normally hear of people that will say to you ukuthi uthwasa idlozi lakabani, it wasn't supposed to be your idlozi. I didn't understand this for a long time until I came across it myself uma ngisephehlweni. Amathonga, they are your family members, ne? They are your family. They are your family. So then idlozi naluli gazi lakho, right? So now what happens is that everyone is gifted, right? Everyone has their purpose and everyone has their angel. I call rather idlozi a spiritual guide. Wonke umuntu uzalwa ane spiritual guide. It might not be your purpose to be isangoma in as in such, but everyone has their guide that is with them. You'd find ukuthi mhlambe before you were born, your mom had a gift, right? And then mhlambe wena wabakhona, and then they say into zakamama ziwele kuwe. That barely happens, that hardly happened, because you can't undertake someone else's journey. I don't know if I'm making sense. What happens is that idlozi leli mhlawumbe umama didn't take ubizo lakhe, right? What happens that wena uma usuvuma ubizo lalidlozi lizobe likhlupa, then what happens is that uwelisa wonke lamadlozi lawa, ne, then sometimes you find good in the long run there are certain things that umama needs to do, or still you'd find good she has this gift of hers, or ubaba has this gift of his. That's why in some families you find the mom, the son, the daughter, the father, bonke izangoma, because sometimes it really happens where umuntu mhlawumbe uthwele wonke amadlozi wekhaya, you can only do so much, because it's a lot of um responsibility on its own. So everyone has its guide. Awuthwasi idlozi lomuntu. Idlozi lakho likhetha ungakazazi kwawena ukuthi unesipho, ungakazalwa kawena. So it's a bit contradicting mangizothi ngithwasa idlozi laka mamami. Then what is my purpose? What is my journey, Because now she has her own journey. She might have not taken the route yobungoma, then mina ngafika idlozi chose to manifest itself, leli manifestile, and then mina indlela yami yangileadela kuphi kule enguyo nga-enda up ngathwasa, because izinto ngokomoya zenzakala eventually how they're supposed to happen. There's no such thing as a coincidence edlozini. Everything happens because it's supposed to happen. If you are meant to be kutuhambu yotwasa, you will eventually find the guts and leave home and go be, whatever your calling calls you for. So now people always have that misconception. So now idlozi lihlezi linawe, it's an active spirit that is always with you. It's a spirit guide that is always with you 24/7. Hence that is why uzwe mabathe phihlweni sihlahlambisa idlozi, is because they need to make you hyped up, ube steadfast, ube na this drive yaleto zakho, so that you guys can work hand in hand wenze izinto zalo and do what you need to do, and understand where you are as a person. So don't be this person who's jealousy namadlozi, but I will not go ngiyothwasa, and mhlampe ledlozi elingihluphayo bekuyidlozi belihlupha ugogo, ugogo bekahlushwa idlozi lakhe, now idlozi lakho lelo. It's your portion, it's your journey. Everyone has their own journey. That is why it's called a spiritual journey. It doesn't make sense mengizoti I'm walking on my mom's spiritual journey because yena zange wathwasa. Yes, azange wathwasa because mhlampe certain things, limited certain things to happen, then that's where she didn't undertake her journey. Then that is where I am today. But ngizotwasa ngwelise lamadlozi to that extent whereby kuyathulakala, you understand, kungazoba nalo laka lo lwamadlozi ukuthi we are neglecting them or okuthini. But then once there's settlement, then everyone can now find their path, because one way or another we are all spiritually gifted. No one steals idlozi lomunye. People always say that. I've been accused of that. I know how it feels. So idlozi lomuntu ulitshontsha kanjani, because idlozi yileli zikhethelayo. Like choose my khethela liya lalithanda khona, liya lalibona khona ukuthi la kunempilo, so you don't just wake up in the morning and snatch someone's dlozi unless there sekunesandla esokumnyama kunobukhwibirishana. But nakhona, man, that's a story for another day. This story for another day. But one needs to understand that ukuthi Namathonga will always agree in togetherness ukuthi this is what's gonna happen ngomntwanethu, and also ahamba phambili umpho azoba idlozi lakhe. It's not as a matter of it's a like, I wish I could borrow you eyes for you to kind of understand what I mean when I'm talking about Gucci. It's bigger than what the physical eye can see. It's bigger than what you anticipate. It's bigger than what you can imagine. Izinto zabantu abadala, izinto zomoya, izinto zidlozi. So you need to understand nakhona ukuthi uthwasa bani, ukwenzakalani ngempilo yakho, because uzohamba uthwase kanti uthwasa isimumu, and then you come back and then there's nothing going on. It's not because of sometimes there's nothing going on, but because of uhambe this mentality ukuthi bathi uthwasa idlozi laka mama akho, noma ufike ephehleni you have this mentality, kanti uthole ukuthi it's not even like that. So you need to understand. That is why it's important ukuthi uxhumane namadlozi wakho and have an understanding and know ukuthi umephi, ubani, and uhlushwa ubani, so that once usuqedile ephehlweni you can have an easier way of understanding things and know where you stand. Izinto zabantu abadala. I hope I did shed some light. Then you can understand ukuthi it's not that much of something bad. Angeke usabe umuntu wakini just because sekakwela amathonga. You need to know where you stand as a person. So thank you so much for viewing my video. I hope this was informative, and nihloniphe amadlozi wenu niwathande, and they only want what's best for us. And alikho idlozi elisifisela okubi, elisifisela bad. No, every idlozi wants you to succeed in life, wants you to do certain things and to prosper. But ngiyabonga, thank you so much for viewing my channel. I am Part1. Thokozani.